The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. No. He maketh me to lie in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He restored my soul. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still love Rasta.
Garnett Silk was born Garnett Damian Smith. He was born on the 2nd of April 1966. He was a Jamaican reggae musician and a Rastafarian, and known for his diverse, powerful, and smooth voice. Smith was born in Manchester, Jamaica. His musical career began at the age of 12. When he performed under the name Little Bimbo. He worked as a DJ on sound systems such as Conquering Lion, Soul Remembrance, Pepper's Disco, Stereophonic, and Destiny International. He recorded his first track in 1985, but it would be 2 years later before his first single, Problem Everywhere, was released. He joined Sugar Minot's youth promotion label, releasing No Disrespect and working regularly with Tony Rebel, where Smith was now being billed as Bimbo. The pair began performing as a duo around the sound system to much acclaim. Rebel, a Rastafari, eventually converted Smith to his religion with the help of dub poet Yassos Afari, a close friend of both the DJs. In 1989, at the suggestion of veteran singer Derek Morgan, Smith turned from DJing to singing at Bunny Lee's studio with Rebel. The success of these sessions led him to continue as a singer, going on to work with producers King Tubby, Prince Jammy, and Donovan Germain, before signing a 2-year contract with Steely and Clevie. In 1990, it was a production duo who decided to change his name to Garnett Silk, in reference to his smooth voice. Only one of the tracks recorded during this period, We Can Be Together, a duet with Chevelle Franklin, was actually released at the time. And discouraged by this, he returned to Manchester and threw himself into songwriting. Another encounter with Tony Rebel brought an introduction to Courtney Cole, owner of the Roof International label. Silk would record a plethora of songs at the producer's Oceria studio. Amongst them were the hits Mama, Seven Spanish Angels, and a cover of Johnny Nash classic I Can See Clearly Now. By 1992, Silk was in Kingston in the studio with the producer Bobby Digital, recording his debut album, It's Growing. It was a split between deeply cultural themes, spiritual songs, and romantic numbers. The album went on to become one of the best-selling albums in Jamaica that year, and he had his first major hit single with Hello Mama Africa.
Mama Africa, Mama Africa, I'm coming home, yeah. Hello Mama Africa, how are you? I'm feeling fine, and I hope you're fine too. Hello Mama Africa, how are you? I hope when you hear these words, your race turn blue.
Which was Silk's first international hit. Over the next 2 years, the singer would record with most of the major name producers on the island, both on his own and in partnership with Tony Rebel. He cut a slew of songs with King Jammy, including Fill Us Up With Your Mercy and Lord Watch Over Our Shoulders. 1993's Gold, released by the UK Charm label, bundled up more hits from this period. Amongst them was Zion in a Vision, a Jamaican #1 cut with producer Jack Scorpio. He also recorded for Sly and Robbie, including the deeply religious Thank You Jah. But the pace was becoming too much, and Silk collapsed during a show at the Ritz in New York City, suffering from low blood pressure and exhaustion. The exhausted singer was forced to cancel all his scheduled appearances for the next 6 months, most crucial of all, his debut at Reggae Sumfest. However, Silk bounced back in 1994. In a show of good grace, he rejoined Steely and Clevie and created the song Love Is the Answer, another massive hit. Fight Back, produced by Richie Stephens, was next up. By then, the singer was ready to retake the stage, which he did with a vengeance, headlining that year's Reggae Sumfest and Reggae Sunsplash. Having signed an international distribution deal with Atlantic Records, Silk now entered Tough Gang Studios with the producer Errol Brown to begin work on his second album. He recorded 10 songs and the album was nearing completion when he went home to visit his mother. It was alleged that Silk had borrowed a pair of guns from his attorney after his home had been burglarized, but had no idea how to use them. Sitting with a couple of friends at his mother's house in Mandeville, one of his friends offered to show him how they worked, at which point the gun accidentally misfired, hitting a propane tank and setting the house on fire. The singer, his friends, and his 2 brothers made it out safely, only to discover that Silk's mother was still trapped inside. Silk rushed back into the house to save her, but it was too late, and both were lost in the fire. Garnett Silk's career was cut tragically short when he died in 1994. Despite his short career, Garnett Silk left behind a lasting legacy in the world of reggae music. He is remembered for his powerful and soulful vocals, socially conscious lyrics, and his ability to fuse traditional reggae with other genres such as R&B and gospel. Garnett Silk's music continued to be popular among reggae fans, and his influence can be heard in the way of many contemporary reggae artists.
Last night. Thank you. Oh God, yeah. Whoa, well, you found love is like a brand new tie, fills you up, you want a perfect joy. When you're in love, it's so wonderful there. Your mind at rest, you want to try your best, prepare a place in your heart. That's where